Let me ask you something. What if 1 year from now, your life could be completely different, healthier, wealthier, more fulfilled? Would you believe it's possible? Because it is. Here's the truth. A year will pass no matter what you do. The question is, will you be in the same place, making the same excuses, or will you be looking back, proud of how far you've come? Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, and tonight, I'm going to show you how to build that bridge. This isn't about big, overwhelming changes. It's about creating a plan, one step at a time, that turns your goals into results. A year may seem like a long time, but it's just 365 opportunities to make progress. And with the right plan, those opportunities add up to transformation. So, are you ready to take control of your next year and design a future you're proud of? If you are, let's get started. The foundation of transformation. Let's start with something we all know too well. How many times have you promised yourself, this year I will change my life? Maybe it was to get healthier, earn more money, or learn a new skill. You started strong. You felt motivated and ready to take on the world. But then life happened. Work got busy. You got tired. Excuses crept in and you told yourself, I'll start again next week. Weeks turned into months. Before you knew it, the year was over and nothing had changed. This doesn't happen because you don't care or don't want it enough. It happens because you didn't have a plan. Motivation will get you started, but without a plan, it won't take you far. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. A goal is just a wish if you don't have the discipline to make it happen. Dreams don't come true on their own. Wishing won't make them real. Success is built on action, on small steps repeated every single day. Here's the reality. Time doesn't stop. A year will pass no matter what you do. If you don't take control of your time, nothing will change. The question is, will you take charge or will you let another year slip through your fingers? Let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest. Are you happy with where you are right now? When you look at your life, do you see someone who is growing, improving, and moving closer to their goals? Or do you see someone stuck in the same place, making the same excuses year after year? The truth is that change doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you decide to take control. If you're waiting for the perfect time to start, let me tell you something. There is no perfect time. The only time you have is now. Step one is to write down your goal. Don't just keep it in your head. Write it down. Be specific. Don't say, I want to be successful. Say, I want to lose 20 pounds by December, or I want to save $10,000 this year. A clear goal is a strong goal. Without clarity, you're just wandering around, hoping for the best. Step two is to break it into small steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming. That's why so many people give up. But when you break a big goal into small, manageable steps, it becomes possible. For example, if your goal is to save $10,000 this year, break it down. That's $833 a month, or $28 a day. Doesn't that sound more doable? The same applies to any goal, whether it's losing weight, starting a business, or learning a skill. Break it down into steps you can take today, tomorrow, and next week. Step three is to show up every single day. This is the step where most people fail. They start strong, but when things get hard, they stop. Don't be like them. Success doesn't come from big leaps. It comes from small, consistent actions, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when nobody is watching. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Now it's time for you to make a decision. You can keep doing what you've always done. You can keep making excuses and waiting for the right moment. Or you can decide right now to take control of your life. Picture yourself 1 year from today. If you take action now, you'll look back and see how much you've grown. You'll feel proud of yourself. But if you don't, you'll look back and see nothing has changed. You'll feel regret. Which one do you want? Here's the truth. Time will not wait for you. A year will pass whether you act or not. The question is, will you let another year slip by or will you make it count? This is your moment. Write down your goal. Break it into steps. Show up every day. Build your plan and watch how your life changes. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. This year can be the year everything changes, but only if you decide to make it so. The vision of success. Success. Let me ask you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine your life 1 year from now. What do you see? Are you living the life you've always wanted? Are you healthier, happier, more successful? Or does it look exactly the same as it does today? Here's the truth. If you don't know where you want to go, you'll never get there. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Your success starts with a clear vision. Without it, you're like a ship drifting at sea with no destination. But with a vision, you create direction, purpose, and focus. So what do you want your life to look like in 1 year? Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful or I want to be happy. Paint a clear picture in your mind. What does success mean to you? What does happiness look like? Clarity gives you power. When you have a clear vision, you can make decisions that align with your goals. You can focus your time and energy on what truly matters. Now let's break this down into 3 steps. Step 1 is to define your big goal. What is the one thing you want to achieve this year? Write it down. Make it specific and measurable. Don't just say, I want to start a business. Say, I want to launch my online store and make my first $10,000 by December. Your big goal is your destination. It's the guiding light that keeps you moving forward. Step 2 is to connect your goal to your goal. Why do you want this goal? Why does it matter to you? Maybe you want financial freedom so you can take care of your family. Maybe you want to get in shape so you can feel confident and strong. Your why is the fuel that keeps you going when things get tough. Write it down and remind yourself of it every day. Step 3 is to create smaller milestones. A big goal can feel overwhelming, but when you break it into smaller pieces, it becomes manageable. If your goal is to launch an online store and make $10,000, start with milestones like designing your website, sourcing products, and creating a marketing plan. Each milestone brings you closer to your vision. Now, let me ask you this. Are you ready to commit to your vision? Are you ready to stop wishing and start building the life you want? Imagine yourself 1 year from now, looking back at the decisions you made today. If you take action, you'll feel proud. You'll see how far you've come. But if you don't, you'll feel regret. You'll wonder what could have been. Here's the truth. Your vision won't come to life on its own. You have to make it happen. Write down your goal. Define your why. Break it into milestones. Take 1 step forward every single day. This is your life, and it's up to you to create the future you deserve. Start now. Your vision is waiting for you. The 90-day revolution. Let me share a powerful idea with you. You don't need a whole year to change your life. You can create extraordinary results in just 90 days if you focus and commit. 90 days may not sound like a lot of time, but it's enough to transform your habits, build momentum, and achieve results that will surprise you. Why 90 days? Because it's long enough to accomplish something meaningful, but short enough to keep you motivated. It gives you a sense of urgency. When you know you have a deadline, you're more likely to stay focused and take action every single day. The problem with most people is that they think in terms of years. They tell themselves, I have plenty of time, but that mindset leads to procrastination. And before they know it, the year is over and nothing has changed. Imagine if you approached your goals in 90-day cycles instead. Every quarter of the year becomes an opportunity to achieve something incredible. Let me show you how to structure your own 90-day revolution. Step 1 is to set one major goal for the next 90 days. This isn't the time for vague ideas or multiple priorities. Choose one big goal that you can focus on completely. It might be to lose 15 pounds, launch a business, or save $3,000. Make it specific and measurable. Write it down and make it your sole focus for the next 90 days. Step 2 is to break your goal into 3 30-day segments. Think of each month as a chapter in your journey. What do you need to achieve by the end of the first 30 days? What about the next 30? For example, if your 90-day goal is to lose 15 pounds, you might set smaller targets like losing 5 pounds each month. If your goal is to launch a business, your first month could focus on research and planning. The second month might focus on building your product or service. And the third month could be all about marketing and sales. These smaller milestones keep you on track and help you measure your progress. Step 3 is to create daily and weekly action plans. This is where the real magic happens. Every week, write down the actions you need to take to move closer to your goal. Then break those actions into daily tasks. For example, if your 30-day milestone is to lose 5 pounds, your daily actions might include preparing healthy meals, exercising for 30 minutes, and drinking plenty of water. If your milestone is to build a business website, your daily tasks might include researching website templates, writing content, and setting up your domain name. By focusing on what you can do today, you eliminate overwhelm and build momentum. Step 4 is to track your progress and adjust as needed. At the end of each week, review your progress. Ask yourself what worked, what didn't, what can I do better next week? Adjust your plan if necessary, but don't let setbacks discourage you. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. Step 5 is to celebrate your victories. Every time you hit a milestone, take a moment to acknowledge your hard work. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems. This isn't just about feeling good. Celebrating your wins builds confidence and motivates you to keep going. Now, let me ask you this. What could you accomplish in the next 90 days if you gave it everything you've got? Picture yourself 3 months from now. You've hit your goal, you've built momentum, you're stronger, smarter, and more focused than ever. Or imagine yourself 3 months from now still in the same place, making the same excuses, feeling the same frustration. Which version of you do you want to be? Here's the truth. You don't have to wait for a new year or a special moment to start changing your life. Your next 90 days can start today. Choose your goal. Break it down. Take action every single day. And watch how much progress you can make in just 3 months. Your revolution begins now. The discipline of daily habits. Let me share a simple truth with you. Success is not about massive actions or dramatic changes. Success is built on small, consistent actions repeated every single day. It's the habits you create that determine the life you live. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Think about that for a moment. It's not about doing something extraordinary once in a while. It's about doing the right things consistently, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Here's the problem. Most people focus too much on the big picture. They set a huge goal, and then they feel overwhelmed by how far they have to go. They forget that every big achievement starts with small, simple steps. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to lose weight. It's not about starving yourself or spending hours at the gym on the first day. It's about small, daily actions like eating one healthy meal, drinking more water, or taking a 20-minute walk. These actions may seem small, but over time they create incredible results. Now, let's break this down into 3 steps you can follow to build the discipline of daily habits. Step 1 is to identify the habits that will lead to your goal. What do you need to do every day to move closer to your goal? To be specific, if your goal is to save money, your daily habit might be tracking your expenses or making coffee at home instead of buying it. If your goal is to write a book, your habit might be writing 500 words every morning. Don't overcomplicate this. Focus on 1 or 2 habits that have the most impact. Step 2 is to make your habits part of your routine. Habits don't just happen. You have to create an environment where it's easy to stick to them. For example, if your goal is to exercise every morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If your goal is to read for 30 minutes every day, keep your book on your desk or bedside table. The more you can integrate your habits into your daily life, the less effort it takes to stick to them. Step 3 is to track your progress. Every time you complete your daily habit, track it. This could be as simple as checking off a box on a calendar or using a habit tracking app. Tracking your habits does 2 things. First, it keeps you accountable. Second, it motivates you. When you see a streak of days where you've stayed consistent, you'll feel proud and you'll want to keep it going. Now, let me address the most common challenge. What do you do on the days when you don't feel like sticking to your habits? Here's the answer. You show up anyway. Even if you're tired, even if you're busy, even if you can only do the bare minimum, you show up. Why? Because consistency matters more than perfection. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're learning to play the piano. One day, you don't feel like practicing. Instead of skipping it, you decide to play for just 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes might not seem like much, but they keep you in the habit. The same rule applies to any goal. Progress is progress, no matter how small. Let me ask you this. What habits are you practicing every day? Are they habits that move you closer to your goals, or are they habits that hold you back? Remember this. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a vote for the person you want to become. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, looking back at the habits you've built. You'll see how the small daily actions you took transformed your life. Or imagine looking back and realizing you let another year slip by because you didn't take control of your habits. Which version of you do you want to be? Here's the truth. Your success isn't determined by what you do once in a while. It's determined by what you do every single day. Start building your daily habits now. Make them part of your life. Track your progress. And show up, even when it's hard. This is your moment to take control. The power of reflection. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you sat down and really thought about your life? Not just what you're doing today or tomorrow, but where you're going. Most people don't take the time to reflect, and because of that, they repeat the same mistakes year after year. Reflection is one of the most powerful tools for growth and success. Make measurable progress in reasonable time, but how do you measure progress if you never stop to evaluate where you are? Reflection is like a map. It shows you where you've been, where you are, and where you're headed. Without it, you're just wandering, hoping to stumble upon success. But with it, you can identify what's working, what's not, and what you need to do differently. Now, let's break this down into 3 steps so you can use the power of reflection to change your life. Step 1 is to set aside time to reflect regularly. You can't grow if you're always moving forward without looking back. Schedule time to reflect weekly, monthly, and quarterly. This isn't just about thinking. It's about asking yourself the right questions and writing down your answers. For example, at the end of each week, take 15 minutes to ask yourself, what did I accomplish this week? What could I have done better? What will I focus on next week? These questions help you stay aware of your progress and keep you aligned with your goals. Step 2 is to review your goals and actions. Take a close look at the goals you've set for yourself. Are you making progress? Are your daily habits moving you closer to those goals, or are you stuck in the same place? Be honest with yourself. If something isn't working, it's okay to adjust your plan. Success isn't about sticking to a rigid strategy. It's about finding what works and doing more of that. For example, if your goal is to save money and you realize you're overspending on unnecessary things, adjust your budget. If your goal is to get in shape and your current workout routine isn't delivering results, try a different approach. Reflection is not about blaming yourself for what hasn't worked. It's about learning from it and making smarter decisions moving forward. Step 3 is to celebrate your progress. Most people are so focused on how far they still have to go that they forget to acknowledge how far they've come. Reflection isn't just about identifying mistakes. It's also about recognizing your wins, no matter how small they seem. If you lost 5 pounds this month, celebrate that progress. If you saved a few $100s, take a moment to feel proud. These small victories are proof that you're moving in the right direction. Now, let me address something important. Reflection is not about beating yourself up. It's not about focusing on what you didn't do or where you fell short. It's about learning, growing, and adjusting. Let me share a powerful truth with you. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by doing everything perfectly. They got there by constantly evaluating and improving. Imagine if you took 15 minutes every week to reflect on your actions, celebrate your progress, and adjust your plan. Where could you be 1 year from now? Now imagine if you never stopped to reflect. You'd keep making the same mistakes over and over, wondering why nothing ever changes. Which version of you do you want to be? Here's the truth. Without reflection, there is no growth. Without evaluating your progress, you're just guessing. But when you take the time to reflect, you take control of your journey. Start today. Set aside time this week to reflect on your actions, to review your goals, identify what's working, and celebrate your progress. Then use what you've learned to make smarter decisions moving forward. This simple habit can transform your life. The role of rewards. Let me ask you this. How often do you take the time to reward yourself for your hard work? For most people, the answer is almost never. They're so focused on the next goal, the next task, or the next challenge that they forget to celebrate the progress they've already made. But rewards are powerful. They motivate you, build momentum, and remind you why your efforts matter. Learn to celebrate your achievements. It will encourage you to achieve even more. You see, success is not just about reaching the finish line, it's about enjoying the journey. And rewards play a big part in that. They make the process feel worthwhile. They give you something to look forward to. Let's talk about how to use rewards effectively to stay motivated and focused. Step 1 is to set milestones and tie them to rewards. When you're working toward a big goal, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. That's why you need milestones, smaller goals that mark your progress. For example, if your goal is to lose 20 pounds, your first milestone might be losing 5 pounds. If your goal is to save $10,000, your first milestone might be saving $2,000. Once you set your milestones, decide on a reward for each one. The reward doesn't have to be expensive or extravagant. It could be something as simple as a nice dinner, a new book, or a day off to relax. The key is to choose rewards that motivate you and make you excited to keep going. Step 2 is to celebrate immediately when you hit a milestone. Don't wait. The moment you reach a milestone, take the time to celebrate. This creates a positive association with your hard work and keeps you energized for the next step. For example, if you lose those first 5 pounds, treat yourself to a new workout outfit. If you hit your savings milestone, take a small amount of that money and do something fun with it. Celebration is not selfish. It's a reminder that your efforts matter and that you're making progress. Step 3 is to use rewards to build momentum. Rewards are not just about feeling good in the moment. They also create momentum that drives you forward. Think of it this way. When you reward yourself for reaching a milestone, you're telling your brain, this feels good. Let's keep going. That positive reinforcement makes it easier to stay disciplined and committed to your goals. Now, let me address a common misconception. Some people think rewarding themselves means they're not working hard enough, that they should wait until they've achieved the final goal. But here's the truth. If you wait until the end to celebrate, you'll burn out. You'll lose motivation because the journey feels too long and difficult. Imagine running a marathon. If you waited until the very end to take a sip of water, you'd collapse before reaching the finish line. Rewards are like those water breaks. They keep you going mile after mile. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you celebrated something you achieved, no matter how small it was? Maybe you stuck to your daily habit for a week. Maybe you finished reading a book that taught you something valuable. Did you take a moment to reward yourself, or did you just move on to the next thing? Remember this. Every step forward deserves recognition. Rewards are not just about treating yourself. They're about reminding yourself that you're making progress, that your efforts matter, and that you're capable of achieving your goals. Imagine how much more motivated you'd feel if you took the time to celebrate every milestone along the way. Imagine how much more enjoyable your journey would be. Here's the truth. Rewards are not a distraction from your goals. They are fuel for your journey. So start today. Set milestones for your big goal. Choose meaningful rewards for each one. Celebrate immediately when you hit a milestone. Use those rewards to build momentum and keep moving forward. This simple habit can make all the difference in helping you stay motivated and achieve more than you ever thought possible. Overcoming obstacles. Let's be honest. The road to success is not smooth. It's filled with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that test your determination. But here's the truth. Obstacles are not there to stop you. They are there to teach you, strengthen you, and prepare you for the success you desire. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Think about that for a moment. The path to success isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about growing stronger, smarter, and more resilient so you can overcome them. Let's talk about how to face obstacles head on and turn them into stepping stones to success. Step 1 is to change the way you see obstacles. Most people see obstacles as problems. They get frustrated, discouraged, and sometimes give up entirely. But here's the reality. Obstacles are opportunities in disguise. Every obstacle you face is a chance to learn something new, develop a skill, or prove to yourself that you can handle more than you think. For example, suppose you're struggling to save money because of unexpected expenses. In that case, that obstacle can teach you to manage your budget better or find new ways to earn extra income. If you hit a plateau in your fitness journey, that's an opportunity to try new workouts or adjust your nutrition plan. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, ask, what can I learn from this? Step 2 is to focus on solutions, not problems. When you're faced with an obstacle, it's easy to get stuck in negative thinking. You might start saying things like, this is too hard, or I don't know what to do. But that kind of thinking keeps you trapped. Instead, shift your mindset to focus on solutions. Ask yourself, what's one small step I can take to move forward? For example, if you're working on a project and you don't have all the resources you need, focus on what you can do with what you have. Take one step forward, even if it's small. Progress is progress. Step 3 is to build resilience. Resilience is your ability to keep going when things get tough. It's not about being perfect or never feeling discouraged. It's about bouncing back when life knocks you down. One way to build resilience is to remind yourself of your why. Why are you pursuing this goal? What's at stake if you give up? For example, if your goal is to get in shape, your why might be to feel healthier and have more energy to play with your kids. If your goal is to start a business, your why might be to create financial freedom for yourself and your family. When you're clear on your why, it becomes easier to stay strong and keep pushing forward. Step 4 is to surround yourself with support. You don't have to face obstacles alone. Seek out mentors, friends, or family members who can offer guidance, encouragement, and a fresh perspective. Sometimes, just talking to someone you trust can help you see solutions you hadn't considered. Step 5 is to celebrate every victory, no matter how small. Every time you overcome an obstacle, take a moment to recognize your progress. Remind yourself of how far you've come and how much stronger you've become. For example, if you finally save enough money for an emergency fund after months of cutting back on expenses, celebrate that achievement. If you complete a tough workout you didn't think you could do, acknowledge your hard work. Celebrating your wins builds confidence and reminds you that you're capable of overcoming whatever comes your way. Now, let me ask you this. How do you respond when you face an obstacle? Do you let it stop you, or do you see it as an opportunity to grow? Remember this, the most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding challenges. They got there by facing obstacles head on and refusing to give up. Imagine how much stronger, smarter, and more capable you'll be if you start seeing obstacles as opportunities. Imagine the confidence you'll feel knowing that no matter what comes your way, you can handle it. Here's the truth. Obstacles are not the end of the road. They are part of the journey. And every time you overcome one, you move closer to your goal. So the next time you face a challenge, don't run from it. Just face it, learn from it, grow from it, and remind yourself that you are stronger than any obstacle. This is your moment to rise above. The accountability advantage. Let me share a secret with you. Success is rarely a solo journey. The most successful people in the world don't rely solely on their own discipline or motivation. They have accountability. They have someone, or sometimes an entire group, helping them stay on track, pushing them forward, and reminding them of their potential. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your actions, your mindset, and ultimately your success. If you're trying to achieve something big, you need accountability. You need someone who will hold you to your promises, cheer you on when you succeed, and push you to keep going when you want to quit. Let's talk about how you can use accountability to your advantage. Step 1 is to choose the right accountability partner. This is someone who genuinely cares about your success and will be honest with you. They won't let you off the hook when you make excuses, and they'll celebrate your wins with you. It could be a friend, a mentor, a coach, or even a family member. What matters is that this person understands your goals and is willing to help you stay on track. For example, if your goal is to lose weight, your accountability partner could be someone who joins you for workouts or checks in with you about your meals. If your goal is to start a business, it could be a mentor who offers guidance and holds you to your deadlines. Step 2 is to set clear expectations. Once you've chosen an accountability partner, have an open and honest conversation about how they can support you. To be specific, let them know your goals, your timeline, and what kind of accountability you need. For example, you might ask them to check in with you once a week, or you might set up regular meetings to review your progress. The clearer you are about your expectations, the more effective your accountability partner can be. Step 3 is to track your progress together. Share your progress with your accountability partner regularly. This keeps you honest and motivated, knowing someone else is paying attention. For example, if you're working on a fitness goal, share your weekly workouts or weigh-ins with your partner. If you're working on a financial goal, show them your savings tracker or budget updates. When you know you have to report your progress to someone else, you're more likely to stay consistent. Step 4 is to celebrate wins and learn from setbacks. An accountability partner isn't just there to keep you on track. They're also there to celebrate your victories and help you bounce back from setbacks. When you hit a milestone, share your success with your partner. Let them know how their support has helped you. And if you face a challenge or miss a goal, don't hide it. Talk about what went wrong and brainstorm solutions together. Accountability is about learning and growing, not about perfection. Step 5 is to surround yourself with a supportive community. While having one accountability partner is powerful, being part of a group can take your success to the next level. Join a community of people who share similar goals. This could be a fitness class, a business mastermind group, or an online forum. Being around others who are working toward their own success will inspire you and keep you motivated. Imagine this. You're part of a group where everyone is pushing each other to be their best. When one person hits a milestone, it motivates everyone else to step up. When someone faces a challenge, the group rallies around them to offer support and advice. That kind of environment is a game changer. Now, let me ask you this. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Are they encouraging you to grow, or are they keeping you stuck in the same place? Here's the truth. You can't achieve your full potential if you're surrounded by people who don't believe in you or your goals. But when you have the right people by your side, you can accomplish things you never thought possible. Imagine how much more focused, motivated, and determined you'd feel with someone holding you accountable. Imagine how much faster you'd reach your goals with a community cheering you on. Success doesn't have to be a lonely journey. Build accountability into your life. Find a partner, set clear expectations, track your progress, and surround yourself with a community that supports your growth. This is your moment to rise together. The transformation framework. Let me ask you this. If I handed you a map but didn't tell you where it led, would you follow it? Probably not. You wouldn't know if it was taking you somewhere you wanted to go. Yet so many people live their lives this way. They wake up, go through their routines, and hope that someday they'll end up where they want to be. But hope is not a strategy. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. What he didn't say, but what you know deep down is that those disciplines need a framework, a structure that guides your actions and ensures your efforts lead to results. Let's build your transformation framework together, step by step. Step 1 is to define your destination. Think about what you truly want. Where do you want to be 1 year from now? What kind of life do you want to create for yourself? Don't be vague. Be specific. Don't say, I want to be successful. Instead, say, I want to earn $50,000 from my business, or I want to lose 20 pounds and run a 5K. Your destination is your guiding star. It gives your efforts direction and purpose. Step 2 is to create a roadmap. A destination is meaningless if you don't have a way to get there. Break your goal into smaller milestones and actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to save $10,000 in a year, break it down into monthly and weekly targets. Plan specific actions like cutting unnecessary expenses, setting up a savings account, or finding a side hustle. If your goal is to get in shape, create a workout plan, schedule your meals, and set weekly fitness goals. Your roadmap turns your big goal into manageable tasks. Step 3 is to build daily habits. Big goals are achieved through small, consistent actions. Identify the habits you need to practice every day to move closer to your goal. For example, if you want to write a book, your daily habit could be writing 500 words every morning. If you want to improve your health, your habits might include drinking more water, exercising for 30 minutes, and eating vegetables with every meal. Daily habits are the building blocks of your transformation. Step 4 is to track and adjust. A framework isn't static. It evolves as you grow and learn. Track your progress regularly. At the end of each week or month, review your actions and results. Ask yourself, what worked well? What didn't? What can I improve? If something isn't working, adjust your plan. Success is not about rigidly sticking to a strategy that isn't effective. It's about being flexible and finding what works for you. Step 5 is to stay accountable. We talked about the power of accountability in the last lesson, and it's a key part of your transformation framework. Share your goals and progress with a trusted partner, mentor, or group. Knowing that someone else is invested in your success keeps you motivated and focused. Step 6 is to celebrate milestones. Every time you reach a milestone, take a moment to celebrate. Recognize your progress and reward yourself for the hard work you've put in. Celebrating your wins isn't just about feeling good. It reinforces positive behavior and motivates you to keep going. Step 7 is to visualize your future self. Close your eyes and picture the person you'll become if you follow this framework. Imagine yourself stronger, healthier, more successful, and more confident. Hold on to that vision and let it guide you through the challenges and setbacks. When you can see where you're going, it's easier to stay on track. Now, let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you followed this framework for 1 year? Imagine the progress you'd make, the habits you'd build, and the person you'd become. Here's the truth. Transformation doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. When you have a clear destination, a roadmap, and a framework to guide you, nothing can stop you. Start building your transformation framework today. Define your goal, create your roadmap, build your habits, and stay accountable. This is your life, and it's time to take control of it. The ultimate life design. Let me ask you a question. If you could design your life exactly the way you wanted it, what would it look like? Imagine waking up every morning feeling excited, fulfilled, and in control of your future. Imagine a life where you're living on your terms, achieving your goals, and making a difference. Here's the truth. That kind of life is possible, but it won't happen by accident. It happens when you take charge and design it intentionally. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Designing your life means being proactive, not reactive. It means deciding what you want, creating a plan to get it, and taking consistent action to make it happen. Let's break this down step by step so you can begin building your ultimate life design today. Step 1 is to define your purpose. Start by asking yourself, what do I really want? Forget about what other people expect from you. Forget about what society tells you to do. This is your life. Think about what truly matters to you. What are your passions? What brings you joy? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Write it down. Your purpose is your foundation. It's the reason behind everything you do. When you know your purpose, every decision becomes clearer. Step 2 is to set clear and meaningful goals. Your purpose gives your life direction, but your goals give it structure. Without clear goals, you'll drift through life without making real progress. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be happy or I want to be successful. Define what happiness and success mean to you. For example, your goal might be to start your own business, write a book, travel to a new country, or spend more quality time with your family. Set goals that inspire you, challenge you, and push you to grow. Step 3 is to align your daily actions with your goals. This is where most people get stuck. They set big goals but don't align their daily actions with those goals. They spend their time on distractions, routines, and habits that don't move them closer to the life they want. Ask yourself, is what I'm doing today helping me get closer to my goals? If the answer is no, it's time to make a change. For example, if your goal is to write a book, but you spend your evening scrolling through social media, you're not aligned with your goal. Instead, dedicate 30 minutes each day to writing. Success is built one day at a time. And every choice you make matters. Step 4 is to eliminate distractions and say no to what doesn't serve you. Designing your life means focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. This might mean cutting out bad habits, limiting time with negative influences, or saying no to opportunities that don't align with your purpose. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, you might need to say no to late-night junk food runs or social gatherings that disrupt your sleep. If your goal is to save money, you might need to cut back on unnecessary spending. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve your goals, you're saying yes to the life you want. Step 5 is to track your progress and celebrate your wins. Life design is a journey, not a destination. Along the way, take time to reflect on your progress. Are you moving closer to your goals? Are you living in alignment with your purpose? When you hit a milestone, celebrate it. Recognize your hard work and reward yourself for staying committed. Step 6 is to adapt and evolve. Life is unpredictable, and your goals may change as you grow. That's okay. Designing your life isn't about sticking to a rigid plan. It's about staying flexible and adjusting as needed. If a goal no longer feels meaningful, let it go and focus on what does. If you face a challenge, find a new way to overcome it. Step 7 is to visualize your ideal future every day. Take a few minutes each morning to imagine the life you're building. See yourself achieving your goals, living your purpose, and feeling fulfilled. This daily visualization keeps you motivated and focused. It reminds you why you're working so hard and helps you stay on track. Now, let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you started designing it today? Imagine waking up 1 year from now, knowing you've created a life that truly reflects your values, passions, and purpose. Imagine looking back at all the progress you've made and feeling proud of the choices you've made. Here's the truth. Your life is your responsibility. If you don't design it, someone else will. And if you let others decide for you, you'll never live the life you deserve. Start designing your life today. Just define your purpose. Set meaningful goals. Align your actions with those goals. Eliminate distractions. Track your progress. Celebrate your wins. And adapt as you grow. This is your moment. This is your life. Take control and create the future you've always dreamed of. The ultimate life design starts now.